Green goo on cables and switches. What is it and what does it mean? Its technical name is diacetyl phthalate. I may have butchered that pronunciation, but we'll go with it. It's a cable condition that strictly affects cables that were manufactured between 1965 and 1972. It's basically a chemical reaction between the copper and the plasticizer that was used in the insulation at the time. And unfortunately, years later, people started to find that it started to emit this green goo. Depending on time frames, was more based on heat and usage, etc. It starts off relatively difficult to spot, but I've seen some pretty bad cases where it is actually then coming out of the socket holes and out of switches down the wall. Unfortunately, it's not reversible and is a pretty serious cable condition once it gets to its latter stages, and normally involves rewiring at that point. In its early stages, it can be cleaned off and maintained. If rewiring isn't possible at the time, which it isn't always due to certain circumstances, we'd recommend more regular testing. This is a way of managing the situation and keeping an eye on how quickly the cables are degrading. To spot it, it normally looks like fairy liquid if you haven't seen it before, but be careful when touching it. I'd wear gloves because it's mildly carcinogenic. But as usual, if you're unsure, get an electrician to check it out for you.